Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, drivers ticketed for cell phone in lapse. Police address unfair ticketing allegations. Noting that it has received a number of complaints from motorists who have been ticketed under circumstances that do not constitute a violation of the law, the Jamaica Constabulary Force High Command on Friday said it remains committed to fair and just enforcement of the law and has begun taking steps to rectify any misapplications. In a release, the JCF said it has heard of persons being ticketed for having a cell phone in their laps, having the device mounted on the dashboard for navigation purposes, as well as use of the device after pulling off the road and stopping the vehicle. Against this background, the JCF said it recognizes the need for clarity and fairness in the enforcement of the law. The JCF High Command has noted the recent concerns raised by members of the public regarding the issuance of traffic tickets for the use of electronic devices while driving. We understand the importance of ensuring road safety and minimizing distractions, which is why the Road Traffic Act 2018 was enacted. However, we also recognize the need for clarity and fairness in the enforcement of this law, the statement read. In response to these concerns, the JCF High Command has issued detailed guidance to our members to ensure that traffic tickets are issued only in situations that align with the provisions of the Road Traffic Act 2018. The statement went on to highlight that drivers should only be prosecuted if the device is seen in their hands or if they are actively engaging with the device, for example, dialing, texting, watching videos. Drivers can also be prosecuted if using a device while in a live traffic lane, even if stopped at a light. It also revealed that mounted devices displaying live images can also lead to prosecution. The violation of using cellular phones and other electronic devices while driving carries a $10,000 fine. Meanwhile, the JCF also said that its members will be issued guidelines internally, adding that failure to adhere to the guidelines will result in disciplinary action. The JCF remains dedicated to promoting road safety and protecting all road users through collaboration with our partners. We encourage the public to continue to adhere to traffic laws and to be responsible when engaging with electronic devices, the police said. No murders recorded in St. James in 3 weeks, says SP Samuels. The St. James Police received high commendations after reporting that there were no murders recorded in the parish over the past 3 weeks. According to Commander of the St. James Police Division, Superintendent Aaron Samuels, there has been a 28% reduction in murders in the parish. He stressed that the police assigned to the division are working to ensure that the reduction continues. Prime Minister Andrew Holness commended the lawmen for their efforts in lowering the parish's murder rate, and while noting that an increase in killings in St. James could have a significant impact nationally. I want to commend the security forces for the sterling work that you have been doing in the parish. We pay special attention to St. James because it is one of the parishes that, if it is not properly controlled, it can have a significant impact on the national murder rate, and we do note that the new strategies being employed by the Commissioner and the Chief of Defense Staff in terms of managing the space, that it is bearing fruit, Holness said. He went on to encourage the lawmen in the division to keep up the good work, as it is appreciated, especially by the law-abiding citizens in the parish. I want to encourage you to keep up the good work, keep up the vigilance, and ensure that gangs don't have any space in which to operate. And I want you to know that the people of St. James, the people in the communities, the good people of the parish are behind you and your work. Keep up the good work, the Prime Minister added. Tropical depression to develop into hurricane next week, says Met Service. Jamaicans are being advised to stay alert as a tropical depression currently over the Atlantic is expected to strengthen into a hurricane by Monday as it approaches the Caribbean. The Meteorological Service of Jamaica issued the update on Friday with a post to X. Latest model guidance suggests that the era of disturbed weather that has become Tropical Depression number 2 over the Atlantic will threaten to become a hurricane as it moves into the Caribbean by Monday. It is still too early to be certain. However, Jamaicans should remain alert, the Post said. The cone of Tropical Depression number 2 currently shows that it could pass over Jamaica next week. However, the Met Service said that it is too early to be certain if the island will be affected. Earlier this week, the island was affected by a tropical wave, which brought heavy rain and thunderstorms over several parishes. Unstable weather is expected during this period as we go through the Atlantic hurricane season, which began on June 1 and will run until November 30. Owners of short-term rentals warned about lottery scammers. A call is being renewed to owners of short-term accommodations to better vet potential renters due to lottery scammers utilizing these properties to carry out their criminal activities. A statement from the Office of the Prime Minister indicated that at a meeting of the National Security Council today, the Director General of the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency highlighted that this is an emerging trend. It was indicated that lottery scammers are using online platforms to book short-term rentals, which are then used as safe havens from which they perpetrate advance fee fraud. The public is being cautioned to exercise great care in vetting potential renters of their properties. Lottery scamming and connected offenses represent breaches of the Law Reform, Fraudulent Transaction, Special Provisions Act 2013, Cybercrimes Act 2015, and the Proceeds of Crime Act 2007, and are all punishable offenses under the law. OPM says MOCA has been increasing its efforts and capacity to better respond to cybercrime threats and continues to work with its local and international partners to disrupt, prosecute, and remove the profit obtained through lottery scamming and other criminal activities. Senior employee of Lela Corporate Credit Union charged for fraud. Fraud squad detectives have laid criminal charges against the senior employee of the Lela Corporate Credit Union. Dan Thompson, head of marketing at Lela Employees and Partners Cooperative Credit Union, was charged on Monday for breaches of the Cybercrimes and the Proceeds of Crime Acts. She is also charged with larceny. Investigators say nearly $3 million was defrauded from the credit union. It is alleged that over an unspecified period, the 35-year-old executive transferred funds from members' accounts to an account she had control of, then withdrew the funds. The alleged fraud was uncovered and the fraud squad called in to investigate. Ms. Thompson has been released on bail in the sum of $400,000 to appear before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on August 5, 2024. Judge throws out case against the teen boy and a man accused of shooting at police. A Supreme Court judge was left with no choice yesterday but to throw out a case against the juvenile and his co-accused after King's Counsel Peter Champagny argued that they were charged because the police were seeking to create a reason for shooting the minor. Tahir Fletcher, 20, of a Kingston 20 address, and a 14-year-old boy were freed of charges of illegal possession of firearm and the shooting with intent. After the Crown closed its case, Champagny and Attorney at Law Patrice Riley highlighted a number of incredible assertions which came from the testimonies of the police officers who were involved in the incident. The evidence given at the trial in the gun court was that on January 15, 2022, 3 men who were traveling in a motor car were signaled by the police to stop. They refused and engaged the police in a high-speed chase from Bull Bay to Mountain View Avenue. It was claimed that a third man fired at the policemen. The police witnesses said they were forced to return the fire. Fletcher and the teen who were shot during the incident were found hiding in a house. During cross-examination by Champagny, it was revealed that the 2 accused were only initially charged with breaches of the Disaster Risk Management Act, legislation introduced by the government as part of COVID-19 measures. The teen boy was taken to hospital but was never placed under police guard. He was discharged from hospital without any concerns being expressed by the police. The police did not recover any firearm, and the forensic crime scene investigator admitted that there was no evidence to suggest that any firing came from the car in which the men were traveling. Champagne suggested during cross-examination that the police involved in the incident were seeking to justify the juvenile being shot in the face arising from an internal police probe. The accused had denied being in the company of a gunman. They said they had taken out their grandfather's car without his knowledge and were afraid to stop when signaled by the police because neither of them had a driver's license. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.